We've been doing a number of things here at DMH. First off, we've been coordinating with local as well as state and federal agencies that are helping to guide our response. More importantly, though, locally here at the hospital, we've been doing a number of things to keep patients safe as well as our colleagues in the community. First off, we've been relying on a number of different outside resources in order to help get patients the care they need outside of DMH. First off, our respiratory care line. By calling this line, patients can get information they need about potential respiratory illness, and we'll triage them through the care process. If they need to be seen, we will help manage the patient through that process, either in a drive-through or a walk-in fashion. To access that respiratory care line, patients can call 876-1200. That's 876-1200. Additionally, we've been offering an emotional support line for the community that may be having a hard time with these stressful times. The emotional support line can be accessed at 588-5509. Again, these resources are available so that patients can get the care they need without coming into the hospital itself. Now, should people need to come to the hospital, we've done a number of things to ensure that both respiratory and non-respiratory patients and family and visitors remain safe. First off, we've limited the number of visitors. Now, while this has been a difficult step for us, it's really important to help keep our patients and our colleagues safe by limiting the number of people in the hospital. When we do have patients that are seeking care with us, there's an initial screening that occurs so that if the patient is potentially infectious, we can then move them to our designated treatment areas to treat them safely and keep the rest of the population safe. Should a patient need to be admitted, we've got a number of protocols in place as well as a new location so that we can segment the respiratory population into its own care area, and we can treat them as safely as possible while keeping a safe environment for everyone else. All of these steps are a result of hard work of many colleagues and the community here in Decatur, and we hope that the community continues to stay patient with social distancing guidelines, and we encourage everyone, if you need care, you need to seek that care out, whether it's through our phone or virtual options, or if you need to seek care, feel free to come to the emergency department and you will be treated, and we can assure you you will be treated in a safe manner.
Good morning, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as the city manager in Decatur, and it's our pleasure to continue to bring you these videos about how COVID-19 is affecting our community. I only have a few comments this morning to follow up the comments that you just heard from the Macon County Health Department. The first is that beginning today, masks, whether they're just homemade ones that use a bandana and a few hair ties, or the fancy N95s or something in between, that's up to you to decide. Even a scarf if you don't have anything, but some kind of face covering is going to be required to ride the Decatur public transit buses. And as a general rule, as you've heard from many places already, when you're out and about, going to the grocery store and other places, you should have your mask at the ready. So if you're having anything that looks like it's going to threaten that 6-foot distancing, then you should be wearing your mask. Now, Governor Pritzker's order for stay at home ends on April 30, and as of today, we still don't know if the governor is going to extend that. And if he doesn't, or even if he does, what sort of gradual return to normal business is going to be issued. But we do expect that at some point there's going to be some issues and some guidance provided by the governor's office as to how we do that. And based on the information that we've received, I'm fairly confident that whatever orders come out of the governor's office, we will of course follow them, but that they will provide some discretion to local governments and to local agencies. And so using these videos and other ways of getting information out, we will provide not only what the governor says, which you can read on the governor's in the state of Illinois website, but about also how it might be interpreted here in Decatur and Macon County, because there will be discretion, some room to maneuver, if you will, given to businesses and to governments right here. So stay tuned, and as we come up with those rules within the framework of those provided by the governor, we will get those to you as quickly as we can. I want to highlight the Fairhaven situation. It's been covered in the media quite a bit. But the city's concern was that they needed personal protective equipment, and that all of the staff as well as the residents there all be tested. And I'm pleased to tell you that Mayor Moore-Wolf over the weekend reached out to the Illinois Department of Public Health, and they have shipped 300 tests, which mean that that's enough to cover all of the patients and all of the employees at Fairhaven. And I've also made arrangements with the assistance of Senator Rose and Senator Menard, for which we're very thankful that they have all of the PPE that they needed. Finally, I want to mention that even though the streets are a little more deserted and there's not as much business activity as we'd like to have here, we still hope that you will help us and help the police department in maintaining basic social order. Obey the speed limits, and with the exception of those areas where in downtown where we haven't been enforcing parking, still observe certain no parking areas and loading zones and handicap parking areas. We'll still be writing tickets on those. We've had a few cases where people think that because the streets are deserted that they can hot rod or do other things that would be unsafe. It's important that we follow these rules and maintain order in this time. That'll make the return to normal life in Decatur and Macon County that much easier. Thank you for your assistance. We'll get through this together.